Now let me put something that's I'm supposed to put here so we can get started. All right, that should do it. Okay. So I'm gonna give you ladies a couple of minutes to realize I'm here. All right. Let me adjust a few things here. Okay. All right, ladies, so you can see me. That's good. That's good. Yeah, wanted to come on tonight and be with you ladies so we can deal with our hair setbacks today, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be dealing with our, hair setbacks and any setbacks we may have experienced and how we can, correct the situation. Let me keep giving you a few more minutes so you ladies can realize that I'm live. Well, there go Dee's live. Hello, Dee's live. Emily Jackson, hi. Yes, Dee's live. We're ready for class. I know. It's like a class, isn't it? Pop quiz. What is a protein deep conditioner? I should do some pop quizzes. I definitely should. Okay, we'll be getting started in a moment now. Just in a little bit longer, and we'll get started. All right. Okay. The class is beginning to fill up. The Shima girl class is beginning to fill up, and soon it will be in session. We're gonna deal with these hair setbacks. This is very important, tonight to learn how to deal with setbacks. So we won't have to go through any more setbacks if it's humanly possible. Okay. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Class is in session, ladies. So first and foremost, how many of you ladies already, dealt with a hair setback or, are currently right now dealing with a hair setback? Are you dealing with a hair setback as we speak? Have you dealt with a hair setback? And if so, how did you handle it? Let me see if you can, let me see your answers first, and then we'll get to, some really good hard-hitting answers that will help us deal with hair setbacks no matter when they happen, no matter how they happen. Okay, so our Shima hair growth journeys can go as smooth and as healthy as possible. Kimberly James. Hi Shima, how long is your hair now? It's right now up to hip length. When I was transitioning, I was trimming off a lot of it because I was indecisive of whether or not I was going to, remain all natural or just go back to relaxers. I lasted almost 2 years with my transitioning process, so I did a really good job, just because I've never done that before. Since I was a little girl, I haven't really seen my natural hair. And I got to see a lot of my natural hair, almost 2 years worth of it. So it's up to my real hair now is up to hip level, if you can see it. Hi Shima, it's Shay from upstate. When are you coming to a convention? Meaning for the Brunner Brothers? Which convention? Because there's a lot of hair shows out there now. Janice A says, dry hair is my thing. Yeah. Dry hair is the thing for a lot of us Afro-textured ladies. It's for a whopping up to 90-95% is dry hair. That's our main issue. Okay, Lauren Joyce is addressing a hair setback for her. She says heat damage, and I cut it off. Okay, I see a sad face, so you were not too happy about cutting it off. I completely understand that. We're gonna get into the emotional part of our hair setbacks as well. Oh, this live saying, I'm having a setback now. I have split ends from relaxer over processing. Then I think I'm having protein overload. This live, we're going to be talking about that. Wow. We're definitely going to be hammering into the protein, treatments and the overload parts and the split ends. All of that's going to be addressed in the hair setback live stream today. Jenny says I have to do a lot of deconditioner. Okay, so at least you know which road to take, Janice. So I'm very happy that you're knowledgeable about which road to take to help you remedy your hair setback. Okay, all right, ladies. All right, let's get into addressing the hair setbacks. Okay, so basically, when we as Black women embark upon our healthy, longer hair growth journey, 9 times out of 10, it's not always going to be smooth sailing. So let's keep that in mind. Keep in mind we're human beings. Human beings are not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. So just keep that in mind. And definitely it applies to our hair growth journeys, okay? So again, it's a very, very, very rare thing, that things will go perfectly, with our hair growth journeys. So perfectly that it's without a hitch. No mistakes, no setbacks. That I would like to see a young lady or a woman, of Afro-textured hair that has had a successful hair growth journey without any setbacks, without any mistakes. I would love to hear from her. And especially ladies, especially if we're just starting out, how to learn how to take care of our hair. We're definitely going to have setbacks, okay? We're definitely going to have setbacks. So prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself. Don't be scared, but prepare yourself to experience hair setbacks, all right? So, again, I already asked you ladies, if you already experienced hair setbacks. So most of you are saying yes, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I had my own set of setbacks when I was starting on my hair growth journey. And even during my transitioning process, I had some setbacks there too, and I'll address it throughout this live stream, okay? So in regards to hair setbacks, ladies, for one moment, let me see. Question. Oh, Siobhan Brownson is saying, regarding the convention, any convention, Circle of Sisters, always come to New York in October at the Jacob Javits Center. I haven't been familiar with Circle of Sisters. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'm going to look into them. Circle of Sisters. Okay, I'm going to look into that. Okay. Hi, La Juana Dukes. Emily Jackson says, when I became natural, I stopped using heat. A couple of months ago, I started blow drying. And every week, then my hair started breaking off. So now I'm just pre-pooing and other things. Everything's going okay. All right. So you know what role you need to take, as well to remedy your hair setbacks. That's great. That's great. So for example, some of you said that you experiencing overprocessed hair, and sometimes, well, almost 9 times out of 10, when your hair is overprocessed, the protein in our hair has broken down. So that has gonna leave us with very weak hair, okay? And very weak hair also leads to thinning hair, okay? Especially around the hairline. Always when we overprocess our hair, it usually ends up around the hairline because those baby hairs are so delicate. So, and then, we're not applying the chemical process correctly. We start from the hairline, where it's the most delicate part to apply, for example, a relaxer. Okay, so of course that's gonna break down, and especially when the time frame to leave a relaxer, is between depending on, of course, the texture of your hair, it's between 15 to 20 minutes. So imagine starting from the hairline area. So by the time you apply the relaxer to the rest of the bulk of the hair, the hairline area has already taken the bulk of that chemical processing. Okay, and that means it's already over processing. So you should always, when you're applying a chemical relaxer, you should always start from the back side. Never from the hairline, and not from the nape area either. Okay, let's leave those delicate baby hairs alone. Okay, let's leave it for last. I should say we leave it for last when we're applying those chemical treatments, and it also goes for hair dyeing treatments as well. All right. So yes, overprocessed hair can lead to thinning hair, and thinning hairlines, thinning napes, and damaged hair, period. Okay. So also switching, a product, to another product, that can also negatively affect your hair, depending on the ingredients that, may react negatively to your hair. So things like that you got to keep in mind. You got to definitely keep in mind, especially harsh ingredients that contain sulfates, too much alcohol, especially the sprays, to keep those styles in place. And there's sprays that are super hold, there's mild hold. So I would choose always, like, the softer the hold, the better. And we shouldn't be looking to super hold any styles if we're on a healthy hair growth journey to begin with, because we're going to be applying an ingredient that's actually bad for black hair, which is the alcohol. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Any questions, ladies? Let me see. Okay, I'm happy to see that you're listening then. So anyways, ladies, number one, in order for us to even begin addressing, our hair setbacks, we have to know what caused our hair setback in the first place. All right, we need to rack our brains back and see what we did, what products we used, who was in our hair. We need to try to remember all of that, because that's going to lead us to some of the answers of why we experience our hair setback. All right, so this means, ladies, that you and only you can know, what went into your hair in regards to product, who was styling your hair, who was washing your hair, who manipulated your hair in any way, either by a friend. Sometimes friends do each other's hair, family members as well, or did you go to the hair salon, and the stylist wasn't, an expert, a true expert in her field, and she did something wrong and your hair suffered for it. Okay, so you need to, address all of that. You need to try to remember everything and anything that went into your hair. Okay, so for example, if your setback happened recently, then it should actually be a tad bit easier for you to remember all the products that went into your hair and who was in your hair, including yourself. If you yourself know that you did something wrong, then you need to be honest and own up to that. Okay. Number two, are you under any medication whatsoever? Some medications can definitely cause a hair setback, ladies, and depending on what your medical issue is, it all depends. It just depends on your medical situation, ladies. For example, do you have any thyroid issue? Are you low in iron? Are you eating healthy at all? Drinking your water, eating your fruits and vegetables, boiling your chicken, things like that. We need to take into account. Things like that, contributes to hair setbacks. All right. So we really need to take a deep, honest look at our lifestyles and correct what we know that we're doing wrong. Okay. Let's take an honest, deep look at our lifestyles. Octavia Julian says, hi, Shima. Hi, how are you? How are you, Octavia? Diane Gilbert says, hi from New York City. Hello, Diane. Thank you for stopping by. Emily Jackson says, too much heat was my setback. Okay. All right. Be honest. It was too much heat. What are you going to do about it? Now that you know that that's the culprit that caused your setback. What do you do with the culprit? Think about that. Okay. Too much heat. What is your answer to that? Okay, Tammy Adams 528 says, I had several hair setbacks. I finally learned what works for my hair. My eating, water intake, products, etc. I chopped my hair off, In 2015, 1 inch. My hair is bra strap length. Now I went heatless. Perfect. So you understanding what it takes to have a healthy hair growth journey, Tammy. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud to see that you know, you address your hair setbacks and everything's going well because you got on top of it. You got on top of it. Okay? And by you saying you chopped your hair off, I'm assuming it was damaged hair. The hair was damaged, and so you started from scratch. Sometimes you just have to start from scratch. You have to cut off the damaged hair, ladies. You have to, because it's not going to allow it to grow any longer, okay, or any healthier. Even if the hair grows longer, it's going to grow long but damaged, and it's not going to look good, okay? All right. Octavia Jilling, hi. The blood pressure pills cause slow hair growth. It depends on your individual medical situation. You know, how bad is your blood pressure? You know, that's just something that your doctor can address for you. Okay, so if you've seen that it's slowing down your hair growth, tell your doctor. You know, are these blood pressure pills cause slow for the hair to grow slower by any chance? So ask your doctor that question. Okay, because it depends on the severity of your medical situation. Hi, Lady Nefertiti. Thank you for stopping by. You caught me. Yeah. Thank you, Lady Nefertiti. Said your hair looks good. Thank you, Lady Nefertiti. Prissy to Saved ND. Hey, how are you? Thank you for stopping by my live stream. Javona Williams. Hello, Shima. Hi, Javona. Thank you for catching me. Okay, Prissy to Saved and Deep says, wearing old wigs and not moisturizing my hair caused my hair to break and dry up. Okay, so you're answering your own question regarding your hair setback. What caused your hair setback? Well, you just said wearing old wigs and not moisturizing my hair caused my hair to break and dry up. So that's the answer to your question. Stop wearing old wigs and moisturize your hair. Okay, that's why I always have my Shima oil handy. I'm always moisturizing. You know, if my hair asks for the moisture, I'm gonna give it to it. Even though I recommend just once a day, it's all it takes. But if you see that your hair is thirsty for more, then give it some more. Okay. Remember, black hair is very dry. Dryness is our number one issue as black women with our hair, and moisture that stays in the hair and penetrates our hair shaft. That's the type of moisture we need. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay. All right. This live says I'm deep conditioning with moisturizing conditioners and natural oils using the hooded dryer to help my hair absorb the moisture. Awesome, this live. Awesome. And I know it's absorbing because, you know, the hooded dryer, it helps tremendously, you know, and I'm sure you're wearing, of course, your conditioning cap and things like that. The moisturizing conditioners is excellent as well. And you can actually use the deep conditioning with moisturizing conditioners. Okay, so you're doing deep conditioning treatments with moisturizing conditioners. So you can use that once a week as opposed to using the protein deep conditioners, which should be once a month to once every 4 months. And I'm gonna get more into it a little later. Giovanna Williams says also exercise helps with hair health. Eating right, limit stress. Exactly. Exercise. I'm going to address that too, Giovanna. Okay, that has a lot to do with our hair setbacks, and I'm gonna be addressing that too. Lady Nefertiti says, I like the roller set results you got. Thank you, Lady Nefertiti. And you know it was a roller set. Yes. And this is already like 3 days, 3 days ago I did the roller set. When I just put it back into my hair bun, my simple Shima bun. And then it comes out like this. And, I'm trying not to comb it out completely because I like the little waves. I love the little waves. Octavia Jillian says, okay. Prissy too said, and he says, I need to get more Shima oil when I get paid Wednesday. Okay. Thank you, Prissy. All right. D Slice says, thanks. Diane Gilbert says, I have been looking for your oil and I can't find it. Where can I purchase your oil? Do you have a website? Absolutely, Diane. My official website is shimahaircare.com. but it's also available on Amazon.com. The 8-ounce oils are available. Okay. All right. There's a lady Nefertiti said there's nothing like a roller set. Exactly. There's nothing as healthy as drying our hair with a roller set. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, ladies, we're addressing the hair setbacks, and we're addressing how to, how to deal with them in the healthy way. Okay, without us getting upset. That's another thing. We will get emotional when, we see our hair falling out, of course, our hair thinning out, those split ends, they won't stop. We get emotional, we cry, we don't know what to do. But today we're going to know what to do. Okay, so let's keep listening, ladies. Let's keep listening. Okay, so we're ready to address number one, that we need to know what products went into our hair and who was touching our hair. Okay, we need to know exactly all of that in order to pinpoint exactly when that hair setback began. Okay, because sometimes it's just the little things that roll, they roll like a snowball, the snowball effect. It becomes so huge. It just starts this little, and then before you know, it's a humongous snowball. Okay, and we could have nipped it in the bud if we knew, from the start what product we should have put in our hair and who shouldn't have been in our hair. Okay, all right. Now we address number two, the medication part. That's something your doctor needs to sit down with you and speak to you about in regards to hair health. Okay, all right. So number three, which is the other issue, I believe Javonna Williams spoke about it, about exercising. Yes. So another issue is, are we exercising? Okay. And we just discussed that topic on the other live stream. The previous live stream before this one, we just discussed exercising, how important it is to the growth and health of our hair. So here it is again. As, as an issue regarding hair setbacks. Okay. So again, exercising anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week, ladies. Just 3 to 4 times a week, 30 minutes minimum. Give your body 30 minutes minimum of a nice brisk walk, some light aerobics. Start light. You don't have to be you don't have to be a fitness expert, to start a healthy exercising regimen. Just start light. Start with what your body can handle. Only you know what your body can handle, fine. Do what your body can handle. But try to always reach those 30 minutes minimum. All right. So of course I do anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on my schedule, or depending, on some other factors. But I try to do from 1 hour on up of exercise. Okay, because that to me gives me the best results. All right. So try to do 30 minutes minimum and try to surpass it too. So you can also get the best results, ladies. And that is gonna definitely show up on the health and growth of your hair. All right. Shavon Bronson is talking to someone, saying, Shay, I believe over moisturizing was my setback in the beginning. I did not know I had to alternate between moisturizing and protein treatments. Well, Shavon, now you definitely know, and you definitely need to find out if your hair needs protein at all. I mean, has your hair already been repaired? Because when you're adding those protein deconditioning treatments, it's because your hair was very, very weak. Most 9 times out of 10, that happens because of chemical treatments done improperly. Okay. Also, there's heat implements, overusing heat implements that breaks down the protein of our hair as well. So if that's already been, dealt with, then you don't need to be doing any more protein deconditioners. Okay. You just stick with the moisturizing deconditioners. Okay. Lady Nefertiti says, I'm starting over and keeping track of it on my channel. I'm going to place an order soon. Awesome, Lady Nefertiti. Awesome. You're always doing a great job with your hair. I mean, you're awesome because you pay attention. You're a very good student. Javonna Williams says, cardio treadmill. Yeah. I mean, if you have exercise equipment in your house, use it, use it. Most times those exercise equipments are pretty expensive, so I will be using it if I were you. I have the steppers. I have the because I do a lot of step aerobics, so I have that. But mostly it's that step aerobics and aerobics period. Okay, meaning I run in place. I do jumping jacks. I get creative. When I'm doing my aerobics. Okay. Emily Jackson says, Siobhan, the same thing. I think I already read that one. Oh no, Siobhan, the same thing happened to me when I went natural. My hair was hard from over. All right, so okay, so that's the reaction your natural hair have, which is over moisturizing. So there's such a thing as over moisturizing. Okay, so maybe you need to extend the amount of time instead of moisturizing once a week, maybe you need to extend it to once every 3 weeks, or maybe even once a month. Okay, so it depends on what your hair needs. Okay, and then in between you're using moisturizing oils. Okay, things like that. All right, Shavon Bronson. Yes, it was weak, but it was repaired. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. Lady Nefertiti says, thank you, Lord. Yo, folks, 3. Hey, how are you? I'm so happy the shea butter is working. All right, I'm happy to have received that wonderful news. I'm very happy for you. Shavon Bronson, yes, empty. Once upon a time, it was very much. Yo, folks, 3. Shima, your shea butter has healed my severe dry skin. Thank you. And no problem, yo, folks. I'm telling you, my products are created for us. So I'm happy that my products are doing what they're supposed to do. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. Okay. Okay, so we'll discuss exercising. Remember, we have to exercise, ladies. No excuses. It's our bodies, it's our health. Okay. So number 4, ladies, if your hair setback, if your hair setback has to do with your hair thinning, you're getting thin hair, or your edges are thinning, things like that, then the best thing for you to do now is, number 1, stay away from heat. Stay away from those curling irons, those flat irons, those too much blow drying your hair. You got to try to stay away from that. Okay. Number 2, the best thing to do is to roller set your hair. When we roller set our hair, it's going to keep the ends as smooth as possible. Okay. The ends are going to come out as very smooth, very nice, very healthy looking with a simple roller set. Okay. All right. And and when you think about it, ladies, when you think about the roller set, it's almost like having a protective style. Okay, it's like having a protective style. Now, how is that? How is having all those rollers on our head like a protective style? Well, because the ends, again, it's all about the ends. The ends of our hair are tucked in. Okay, they're safely wrapped up inside the hair rollers. Okay, the bottom line, the ends are tucked in. Okay, so just like when you remove, like for example, if your protective style was a hair bun, it's gonna be the same effect. When you remove the hair bun, what? The ends come out very smooth looking and very healthy looking. When you remove your roller set, your ends are gonna come out very smooth looking and very healthy looking. Okay, you need to understand this, ladies. This is very important for the health of our hair and for us to avoid setbacks. All right. Okay, so let's use those roller sets, ladies. Let's use those roller sets. Okay, and number 3, we're addressing thinning hair and thinning edges and things like that. Number 3, we need to condition. All right, as in deep conditioning. All right, and many of you ladies have been doing that, deep conditioning your hair, which is an excellent answer, for thinning hair. All right, thinning edges and things like that. Now, remember what we learned from my previous live streams about protein deep conditioners, okay? Remember what we learned regarding deep conditioners. So, for example, if your situation is over-processed hair, that you over-processed it with a relaxer, the hair dyes, those permanent dyes, or any type of chemical treatment, ladies, and due to that, your hair has thinned out, from using chemical treatments, and also using hot irons that also thins out our hair. Curling irons, blow dryers. When we're overusing these heat implements, it thins out our hair. It makes our hair weak. It breaks down the protein of our hair. Okay, and again, basically our hair is gonna look very, very weak, and when that happens, that means that it is lacking protein. Okay, that means that we're gonna have to perform a what? A protein deep conditioning treatment. Okay, that's because our hair lacks protein. We need to give it its protein back. All right, if not, it's just gonna be, weak and damaged looking. Okay, so we need to do that. Hold on, ladies. I'm trying to get to your questions. Darling Nikki. Hey, Shima. Great to see you doing live streams. Yes, I've been here. I think this is my 8th one, I believe. This is my 8th live stream. I'm doing good, aren't I? Joanna Williams. Also, drinking water to keep hydrated. It helps the hair from the inside. Exactly, Giovanna. Drink a lot of water. Is one of the healthiest things we could give to our bodies. It's just one of the healthiest. Okay, if we could drink more water than sodas, we'll be so good. We'll be so good. Lady Nefertiti. Yeah, that shea is really good. Okay, she's talking about my Shima shea butter. I'm happy you also, getting nice results from it, Lady Nefertiti. Thank you. I never seen Taltika. Hi, Taltika. Welcome to my live stream. She's saying, I now moisture my hair twice a week, and I find it works better for me. Exactly. You find what works better for you. That's what's working for you. That's what you need to do, and you need to be repetitive about it. Okay? To get the best results, well, if it's working, just keep being repetitive. Be persistent with what you're doing so you can get the results you're looking for. Darling Nikki, just had a question about your shea butter. Go ahead and ask me, darling Nikki. Shavon Bronson. Shima, just got 2 bottles of all this week and I'm happy. Never leave you to this is my only social media platform I had time for. Thank you. You're great. Thank you, Shavon. You were talking about my Shima oil, I believe. and thank you. I'm very humbled that you find that my social media platform is very beneficial to you. Darling Nikki too, what does it smell like? I don't like a lot of heavy fragrance on my scalp and hair. Well, actually, the shea butter, my shea butter is totally unrefined. It's 100% organic, and the only scent that you're gonna smell is the natural scent from the shea nuts. The light yellow shea butter is the one that's gonna have the natural smelling scent of the shea nuts. So if you happen to like, the natural organic scent, then this is gonna be okay for you. But the ivory shea butter, it really has very faint scent from the shea nuts. Okay, so you hardly gonna smell anything. This hardly has no scent of the shea nuts. So this is the ivory shea butter. Okay, all right. Remember, hardly no scent, and definitely scent from the shea nuts. The light yellow. Light yellow has the scent of the shea nuts, and the ivory doesn't have. It's very faint because remember, regardless, the shea butter is gonna come from the shea tree. So the natural scent of the nuts is gonna be present somewhere. Okay. So thank you for that wonderful question, darling Nikki. All right. Shavon Bronson says, never leave YouTube. Sorry for the error. Never leave YouTube. No problem. I kind of understood what you were saying. Hold on. Yo folks 3 has a question. Shima, does the hijab headscarf dehydrate the scalp or dry out hair over a long period of time? I haven't the hijab that like the Muslims wear, that type of hijab. I haven't personally worn that hijab. Now my thing is, if it's made out of silk, no, you're not gonna have any issue of the hijab drying out anything. Okay, because that's what we need. We need silk material against our hair. Okay, or satin material. If it's made out of silk, if it's made out of satin, it's okay. Okay, to wear. Now things that are made out of cotton, it's gonna suck up the moisture. If it's made out of plastic, it's not good. It's just gonna perhaps even sweat out your scalp. Gonna cause head sweating and things like that. It's silk and satin that we're looking for. Emily Jackson says, I'm just realizing my hair did have a setback when I stopped taking care of my body for a while. So you see, there's the exercising again. Exercise. We need to exercise, to get to just be healthy over it. See how everything comes from the inside on out. Whatever you do to the inside of your body is going to, reflect on the outside. So exercising, if you're exercising, it's going to reflect what? Healthy results on the outside as well as the inside. Okay. Lady Nefertiti says, I could never retain length until I started roller setting. Exactly. Roller setting is number one in my book. Okay. Lady Nefertiti says, Shima, I forgot to ask you, what's the expiration time for your shampoo? Well, Lady Nefertiti, as long as you keep, I'm sure she's referring to my Shima hair repair shampoo. Okay. As long as you keep the products in a nice, cool place, nowhere that's too hot, as long as it's nice and cool, it should last up to 2 months. The freshness, I'm sorry, not 2 years. The freshness should retain up to 2 years max. Okay. All right. That goes for all the products, by the way, not just the Shima hair repair shampoo. Okay, just keep the products in a nice cool area and it will last up to 2 years, the freshness. And exactly, use common sense, make sure that you press the cap as tight as you can. Don't let it be open, because then the elements that are around will seep inside into the bottle and you don't want that. Okay. Yo folks is saying, Shima, I have a ball watching your older videos. You go back some 10 years on here. Yeah. See, I told you I've been here for a while. Wow. By the way, when will you restock on Shima silk scarves? They're coming this year. Very soon. Very soon. As soon as they're restocked, I'm going to let all of you know. All of you, of course, will always be the first to know. PH Beauty Junkie says, I wear a hijab. I put a silk scarf on first, then my scarf. I hope that helps. Yo folks 3, PhD Beauty Junkie just came with some wonderful advice regarding your hijab. Okay, I'm gonna read it one more time. She says, I wear hijab. I put a silk scarf on first. She puts a silk scarf on first, then she puts on the hijab. Okay, so you can, if you love wearing hijabs, Yo folks 3, take PhD Beauty Junkie advice, because that was some good advice. I'm happy that she chimed in. So ladies, if you got extra advice, please chime in. So we left off on the deconditioning treatments. Okay, so again, I'm gonna reiterate that when you're doing the protein deconditioning treatment, again, it should be done only once a month, meaning once every 4 weeks or once every 4 months. Okay, this is if you go about doing it yourself. Hopefully you have an experienced individual that's doing it for you, because protein deep conditioners can be pretty tricky. Some ladies, it leaves their hair very hard, or they have the hair is sensitive to protein, or the hair can become protein overloaded. All of these negative effects could come into effect, okay, with these protein deconditioning treatments. And what happens? A hair setback happens. Okay, so again, consult with a licensed hair professional that will, let you know how many times to do your protein deconditioning treatments. Okay, All right. So again, the bottom line is that deconditioning, whether it's with a moisturizing deconditioner or your protein deconditioning treatments, it's gonna help resolve hair damage. It's going to help resolve split ends and things like that. From the heat of the styling tools, it's gonna help us replace moisture, and vital proteins into our hair shaft. So it's going to help repair anything that was badly damaged with relaxers, hair dyes. And when I say hair dyes, I mean most 9 times out of 10 is the permanent hair dyes, because they're a bit more harsher, as opposed to say natural hair dyes or semi-permanent hair dyes, things like that. Okay. So number 6, ladies, if your hair setback has left you again with split ends, it is imperative, very imperative, that you cut off the split ends. Okay, do not hang on to split ends, ladies. Just don't hang on to them, because they will just keep splitting up and up and up and up the hair shaft. Okay, believe that. Well, if you hang on to split ends because you don't want to cut off your hair, it grew so long. I know it's split, but man, I waited a while for it to get this long, so I'm gonna just hang on to it. You're hanging on to damaged hair. Okay, and even if it starts growing long, it's gonna grow long. It's gonna grow long with damaged hair strands. Okay, so at the end of the day, it's not even gonna look attractive. People are gonna say, "What happened to your hair? I mean, your hair looks damaged." People are gonna notice. Okay, so don't hang on to damaged hair. Split ends is damaged hair, so cut it off. Okay, cut it off. All right, and number 7, another awesome way to deal with a hair setback, ladies. Guess what? And I mean, especially if it's a very serious hair setback, that you got a severe amount of hair thinning, or your hair, almost completely fell off. If it's that severe, one awesome way to deal with that severe type of hair setback is to wear wigs. Okay, simply just wear a wig, or I would even say maybe even a simple clip-in ponytail. Provided that the hair, let me address that. Even if the hairline area has been damaged, first and foremost, make sure that when you do your ponytail, it's not done too tightly. But when you do your ponytail with the clip-in ponytail, you tie around the silk scarf around your hair, the circumference of your head to hide, the thinning, patches that you may have experienced from your hair setback. And basically, you're good to go. You're good to go. You got your clip-in ponytail. You could buy the length that you desire. There's ponytails that go up to the shoulders, or there's ponytails that go up to the ear level. Get your favorite clip-in ponytail. And one more thing that's very important to note is to keep your real hair moisturized. So make sure that you're Shima oiling your real hair. If you got my Shima oil your real hair. Don't just put on the clip-in ponytail. Don't just wrap the silk scarf around your head and you think that's it, your hair is gonna get better. No, make sure you're moisturizing. Make sure, of course, you're doing your deep protein conditioning treatments, and then make sure you're moisturizing your hair your real hair on a daily basis. Okay, so don't forget the moisture. Don't forget the moisture. Okay, so yes, we spoke about wigs. Wigs can help you tremendously. It's so exciting when you can select any style of wigs that you want to wear. Okay, but you have to wear them the proper way. Okay, and again, wearing wigs is a temporary solution until your real hair, again, this is all about getting our real hair to grow long and to be healthy. Okay, so when you select your wigs and you start wearing your wigs, look at it as a temporary solution. That's not, don't let it be your handicap. Okay, a temporary solution, ladies. And the reason why I'm recommending wigs, by the way, is because at the end of the day, that's the easiest thing to put on and take off. You just put it on and you can take it right off. All right, it's nothing. It's not like say it's sewing weaves, lace fronts, especially lace fronts that you got to put glue on to stick. No, come on, the ladies, stay away from glue-in lace fronts. Especially if you're on a healthy hair growth journey, and especially if you're trying to remedy a hair setback, stay away from what I'm telling you to stay away from. Stay away from sew-in weaves, okay, and stay away from glue-in lace fronts. Stay away from that, okay. And certain hair extensions, I would suggest you try to stay away from those as well, okay. What else, ladies? So I'm telling you, the thing is that when you wear these sew-in weaves, a lot of ladies, when it's time to remove them, they do not have that patience to remove certain types of weaves from their hair. They do not have the patience to remove certain types of glue-in lace fronts. There's always a time issue with them. They will rip it out. They properly, and they will be ripping out the real hair. Okay, that takes time to remove. It takes time to put the sewing weaves properly, and it takes time to remove the sewing weaves properly. It takes time to put the glue-in lace front wigs properly, and it takes time to remove the glue-in lace front wigs properly. See what goes into it? So that's why I'm telling you, the best rule of advice that I can give you is to just wear a simple wig that you can put on and take off. Literally put on and take off in less than a second, almost. On, off, on, off. And so your real hair will not suffer even more, especially if you're already dealing with a hair setback. Remember, this is all about addressing hair setbacks and how to stop them from occurring, okay? From occurring too many times. We're always going to make mistakes. But if you take the advice I'm giving you, ladies, you're going to minimize the amount of mistakes you do on your healthy hair growth journey, on your healthy Shima hair growth journey, okay? All right. Let me see your questions, ladies. PhD Beauty is replying to... Okay, your folks thank PhD Beauty. Good. PhD Beauty is replying to your folks 3. No problem. If you don't, your hair will thin. It happened to me. Now I'm almost mid-back. Thanks to Shima. She's the best. Oh, thank you, PhD Beauty Junkie. Thank you. I'm always humble. That's wonderful that I help you too. That's great. These Life. Protein can also come from gels and styling products. These Life, thanks for chiming in that, that wonderful information. That protein is not, that doesn't just come in protein deconditioners. Again, These Life is sharing information with you ladies that we can also find protein in gels and certain styling products. So when you're looking, at the styling products or gels, see if it says, this is protein based, things like that. Okay, if your hair needs protein, all right. Thank you, These Life. I appreciate your hair knowledge as well. Yo Folks 3 says, PhD Beauty Junkie. Wow, I didn't know that. I bet it's especially needed for our sisters that are Muslims. Thanks again. Yeah, we're learning with each other here. That's great. Javona Williams, knowledge is power. Yeah, I'm telling you. But also applying the knowledge is power. So, for example, if you you're just listening to what is being said here, but you're not applying it, it's like, you have the knowledge, but it's not power because you're not, implementing that power. Okay? We need to implement the power. PhD Beauty Junkie says, Shima, you should do conferences and hair care seminars. This is helpful. Wow. Oh, thank you. Well, this is a start. YouTube Live is a start. So far, I haven't thought that far yet, but so far I'm having a great time sharing the knowledge here with you ladies. If I do start doing conferences, I'll definitely, hey, Shima's doing a conference now. Thank you, PhD Beauty. Lady Nefertiti says that's the truth. Shavon Bronson says, Shima, please don't forget to look into the Circle of Sisters at the Jacob Javits Center when it comes to New York in October. I would love to meet you and show my support. Take care. Thank you, Siobhan. And you take care as well. God bless you. Thank you. Yo, folks, 3. Shima, just as you search and destroy your unwarranted ants, I do the same with all gray hairs. Am I damaging my skin and potential future facial hairs by plucking out my gray hair, my gray beard hair? Well, I I don't have a beard myself, so I don't I cannot share, a same experience with you. What I do know is that men, they use certain creams to make the shaving or the plucking of their beard go much smoother. So I guess I would look into what type of cream you may be using, and also remember that my shea butter can be used as a shaving cream as well. But I believe maybe you should, add some more moisturizing oils into the Shima shea butter to make it, a more smoother effect. Okay. So all I can think about is what type of product you're using to make the when you're plucking out your beard area go much smoother. Because I know you're not just doing it on dry skin. So if you are, that's probably what will be damaging the skin area. Okay, when you're plucking just dry skin. I Kaya B says, "Hey Shima, hope all is well." Yeah, everything's well, very well. And especially that I'm here learning right along with you ladies as you learn with me. Javona Williams says, right, put it to work, the knowledge. Yeah. Kayabi says, are you in New York City? No, I'm in Miami, Florida. Finally, the chilly weather is going away. It was chilly yesterday, though. When the sun starts setting, it was, for us Floridians, it's 70-degree weather. It's chilly, believe it or not. But when summer is here, we're usually in the 90s, way up there, 80s, 90s. So when it goes down to a little to 70s, that means a lot to us. We actually kind of enjoy it. But when it gets once it start getting the 69, 68, 67, then you see us shaking. You see us with our winter coats on. And it's funny because compared to other states where it's just snowing and you cannot see, kind of laughable when we compare ourselves to the other states. I saw a picture of Massachusetts. Oh my God, everything was covered in snow. Everything. It's really something. Yeah. Akaya B says, I've been covering my hair because of the New York City cold weather. It's bad for my hair. Yeah. So yeah, protective styling comes to mind. In states like that are very cold, that you really need to keep your ends tucked in cold weather. So you're doing great. I hope that when you're covering your hair, it's something satin covering your hair as well. That it's not just the cold, because remember, some colds, they're made out of cotton. So it could be sucking up the moisture from your hair. I don't know. I think about all that stuff because it's I'm just used to. I'm an automatic pilot when it comes to the health of my hair. So, ladies, let's recap a little. Let's recap a little in regards to our hair setbacks. Again, recap it. Number one, in order for us to even begin addressing a hair setback, what do we have to know? We have to know what caused the hair setback in the first place. What was the culprit? Who was the culprit? We have to address. We have to pinpoint where it all began before it snowballs out of control, out of our control. Okay. Number two, are we under any medication whatsoever? Remember, some medications can cause a hair setback. Okay, depending on what type of medical issue you have. So again, you have to sit with your doctor. And there was a question raised, taking blood pressure pills, does that slow hair growth? Sit down with your doctor and address those concerns with him or her. Okay. Number three, are we exercising? Again, exercising anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week, 30 minutes, a day minimum. You know, it's, and again, for me, preferably an hour or two. You know, it's going to definitely maximize positive results for our longer hair growth journeys. Okay, and it's going to what? Help us avoid hair setbacks. Okay. Number 4, if our hair setback was caused, you know, one of the hair setbacks caused our hair to thin out, the best thing for us to do now is to what? Stay away from things like heat, you know, stay away, you know, from curling irons, hot irons, blow dryers, you know, things like that. We need to stay away from. You know, we need to stretch those chemical relaxers, you know, because that's causing hair setbacks. Unfortunately, chemical relaxers cause a lot of hair setbacks for a lot of black ladies because number 1, they're being applied improperly. What does that mean? That we're leaving the relaxers on our hair over the time that we should leave them on. So that's over processing our hair. Also, we can under process our hair as well. So we really need to understand hair relaxers and which is the type that works best for us. Okay, is it the regular strength? Is it the super strength? You know, for me, I usually choose the regular strength, and that has worked best for me. Okay, so again, so we need to try to stay away from things like that has causes our hair to thin out and even fall out. Okay, we need to roller set our hair, you know, to keep our ends as smooth as possible. So let's start roller setting our hair as opposed to blow drying our hair. Okay, so number 5, protein treatments. Again, if your situation is over processed hair, you know, due to relaxers, hair dyes, or any type of chemical treatment, you know, and it has been thinned out, you know, using, again, hot irons, curling irons, and blow dryers, and basically your hair looks very, very weak and very, very damaged, then yes, you know, that means it is lacking protein, and that means that you are going to need to perform a protein deconditioning treatment. Okay, so gotta perform the deconditioning treatment, but consult with a licensed hair professional, somebody that knows exactly how to evaluate your hair to see if it truly needs a protein deconditioning treatment. Okay, remember, protein deconditioning treatments, they leave the hair hard. You know, it needs to be followed up with a moisturizer. Some ladies skip the moisturizer. Some ladies are sensitive to protein and they OD on protein. Their hair ODs on protein. Okay? A lot of things is causing hair setbacks, ladies, due to lack of knowledge. So definitely pay attention. Okay? Okay, so number 6, you know, if your hair setback has left you, for example, with split ends, what do we do with split ends, ladies? Do we hang on to them? No, we do not hang on to them. It is imperative that we cut off any split ends. It is imperative that we do not hang on to any split ends, okay? Or if not, again, that we just keep on splitting up the hair shaft, okay? And finally, ladies, number 7, another way to deal with our hair setbacks is to be patient, okay? Long, healthy hair, you know, we need to understand this, really understand this, ladies. Long, healthy hair for anybody, you know, for anybody, it really doesn't grow overnight. Not overnight, okay? So no matter if you experience a setback or not, it's not going to grow overnight, all right, and be very, very healthy overnight. It's something, it is a journey. It's called a hair growth journey for a reason, because it is a journey that you're embarking upon. You're going to experience your setbacks, yes. You're going to make mistakes along the way, yes. But it's how you deal with those mistakes, how you deal with those setbacks, is that going to, you know, propel you to a successful hair growth journey at the end. Okay? So, ladies, remember, patience is a virtue, all right? Patience is a virtue. So let's be positive, you know, let's be patient, and let's be persistent. Okay? Let's be positive, let's be patient, and let's be persistent with our hair growth journeys. Okay? So we won't have to deal with hair setbacks. Hardly ever. Okay? These Life says, I have to replay this video. Oh, yeah, there's awesome information today, huh? These like says, Shima, my hair is shorter than chin length. Do you recommend roller setting? My hair is short for buns. You can still do roller setting on chin length hair. It's just a matter of getting the right roller set size for you. When my hair was shorter length, you know, it wouldn't grow past shoulder length. I was using the pink rollers, the pink plastic rollers, and that still come with the clasp that you could clasp it on. So I was using those. They've changed the colors throughout the years, but it's the really smaller one. Okay. And you don't have to do buns if your hair is not long enough to create a bun. You don't have to do buns. Okay, just make sure you're moisturizing again. It all goes back to moisture. You're moisturizing your hair, okay? And that now you're wrapping the silk scarf around your head, and you should be okay, okay? Yo Folks 3 is saying, Shima, from watching your shows, I'm thinking the elephant in the room is the term high maintenance. Women of color need to take care of their hair much more than other women. Every race of women has their personal issues with their hair, believe it or not. Some, you will be surprised how high maintenance their hair care routine is as well. The only reason why our hair care routine looks as if it's high maintenance is because, we are lacking so much knowledge. A lot of us are lacking so much knowledge in regards to proper black hair care. But now that I've learned the knowledge myself, I don't see any high maintenance for my hair. Okay, I'm basically doing my moisturizing. That's not high maintenance. That's just, it takes less than 5 minutes to moisturize, all of my hair. And then especially when I proceed with the protective style, something as simple as a hair bun, that goes by in less than 2 minutes. I could do a hair bun. And then I leave it like that, for a couple of days. So the only thing that I'm maintaining is the moisture in my hair with my Shima oil. So basically I just did like 2 or 3 steps there. And then once a week I wash my hair with my Shima hair repair shampoo and leave-in conditioner. That's not high, for me that's not high maintenance. The only reason black hair care looks like it's high maintenance is because a lot of ladies are lacking the proper products. There's still product junkies out there. They still don't know what works for their hair. Okay, they're giving their hair they're leaving their hair in the hands of people that are also not knowledgeable about proper black hair care. Okay, so then they get setbacks by doing that, and then of course it's going to be high maintenance because then they have to repair that setback. So hence why I did the subject for hair setbacks. Okay, it's just a matter of finally learning what works best for black hair. Okay, every race of woman has their own issues with maintaining their hair healthy, especially if they too do not know what product works best for them. Okay, which they don't, by the way. I mean, it's really something when you really start to think about it. Giovanna Williams, buffering. What was buffering, Giovanna? My video? I have all the colors: blue, yellow, green, pink, orange, rose. Okay, you have all the colors, but do you have the right size? The small size? Yo Folks do. Okay, yeah. These life. Our problem is because we change our hair so much, but simple routines work for relaxed and natural hair. You got it. See, this life is saying what I'm saying to you, Yo Folks 3. It's all about, breaking down what works, best for proper black hair care maintenance. Okay. No, I'm not giving phone consultations at the moment. I'm giving YouTube live consultations right now. So, ladies, I'm so happy that you got to be with me with my new live stream today in regards to hair setbacks, which is an extremely important topic because it's exactly that. It sets us back, after growing on. For example, let's say you started from ear length and you got down to touching your shoulder. that's a great, that's a great triumph. But then you over processed your hair, and then it went right back up to ear length. That's, in you know from the perspective of a woman, that is very devastating. That's very devastating, because it really means a lot to us. Our hair, it means a lot to us. If not, the hair care, industry would not be a multi-billion-dollar industry. Somebody's buying the products. Somebody's going to the hair salons, to give life to the hair salons. There's a reason why hair shows like Brother Brothers exist, right? Even now, Circle of Sisters, so our hair does mean a lot to us. And if you really, really care about your hair, you would definitely apply the knowledge that was presented here today, so that you won't experience any setbacks, if it's not necessary. So, ladies, I'm going to thank you so much for joining me. I learned a lot from your hair care advice as well, from a lot of you that chimed in. So thank you so much for joining Shima and her live stream in regards to dealing with setbacks. And we dealt with it, didn't we? Lady Nefertiti says, this was great. Once again, thanks for the live stream. My thyroid did me in, but I'm starting over, Shima. That's right. That's just a matter. Exactly. We start over. Okay. Never think that it's the end. That the world came to an end. Even if you did experience that hair setback, the world didn't come to an end. You just start over. Okay. These like say, thanks. I will let you know how my hair recovers. Thank you, these like definitely let me know. Let us all know. Diane Gilbert, have a good night. God bless you. Thank you again. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. God bless you too. C babe, thank you, beautiful. No problem, C babe. And thank you for the kind words. Javona Williams, thank you so much. Lady Nefertiti, have a blessed evening. You too, ladies. God bless you. All right.